Uzi, welcome to the villa. Ella, as you can see, Tyrique has stayed loyal to you. How does that make you feel?
Kind of surprised.
Oh my gosh! Let's talk about Love Island Season 10, Casa Amor, because yeah, this was actually quite insane. Hi, I'm Brandy. Please subscribe because I do Love Island reviews on a weekly basis. Anyways, let's talk about it because my gosh, this was actually so unfortunate on so many levels. For starters, yes, Ty did not recouple, but Ella in fact did. She recoupled with Uzi. And mind you, Ella knew Uzi from back at home, which is why she recoupled. Otherwise, she would have came back alone and couples with Tyrique. But the producers knew what they were doing by bringing someone back that Ella knew. Because we all know that Ella's very, very loyal. She was not about to turn her head for anyone else. So I think in Ella's head, it was like, oh, this might be fate. Like, this is why he is here. Otherwise, like, Tyrique is my guy. Her thinking, which is everyone else's thinking, including mine, was that, okay, Tyrique, he's been pretty much exploring his options for the past 3-4 weeks. So why can't I do that? Especially with someone that I already kind of have history with back at home. So this was like the best bet in her mind. Of course, Tyrique and his ego, he is thinking, okay, now that she recoupled, how dare she do that after we claimed that things were closed off. And then I do appreciate Kady for bringing this question up to him, like, what exactly is the difference, like, between saying open and closed off? It's not like y'all are official. But to Tyrique, to someone who is such a player who does not like to settle down, he's like, that meant a lot to me, to be quite honest. So I do understand where Tyrique is coming from, especially considering like they were not closed off. And then they did say that they were closed off, and then Ella comes back and brings a guy back. However, Tyrique is not understanding, like, Ella was not exploring her options because she did not like anyone. It was like, because she didn't like anyone, she figured, why would I explore my options? 1. 2, things weren't closed off until Tyrique decided things were closed off. Because things were already closed off for Ella. But it wasn't until Tyrique made that decision. Why was it on him? Like, why was it, oh, okay, since Tyrique, he's ready, things have to be closed off. It was never on Ella's timing. That's what's like the messed up situation about it. However, not even gonna hold you. When Tyrique saw Ella coupled with Uzi, he looked like he was about to cry, and I was about to cry. Don't hate me, don't throw tomatoes, but I'm not gonna hold you. I felt bad. I felt bad. Yeah, Tyrique is very upset. He looks like he's just, his pride has been hurt. He's gutted right now. I feel bad for him, but also it's like, you kind of put Ella through ish for the past 4 weeks. Brings back one guy and wanted to explore a connection. And you're like, giving her ish for it. Come on, dude. Like, come on. Even though we all know how this is gonna end, Ella and Tyrique will in fact get back together, but yikes. Mind you, I feel like this is kind of his karma as well for egging on all the guys in Casa Amor and convincing them to kiss the Casa Amor girls. That was actually crazy. Like, it just showed that these men have no mind of their own and Tyrique is running-ish, which is crazy. Anyways, next. Okay, so Sammy, he decides to recouple with Amber. She's like a ex-footballer's daughter, and she's very young. She's 19. Why are they bringing 19-year-olds on Love Island? It actually makes no sense to me. But anyways, but then yes, while he had recouples with Amber, which I thought he was going to recouple with Gabby, but whatever. We just don't. Sammy's a player, okay? So regardless of what I thought, doesn't matter because he doesn't give off any vibes that he likes any of these girls, including Jess. And of course, we knew that. So Jess came back single. I don't know what she thought was going to happen. Like, did she really think Sammy was going to come back single? I don't know why she thought that. But yeah, she came back single, which at this point, I'm kind of like, yeah, who is Jess going to be with if not Sammy? I also wouldn't be surprised if she went back with Sammy. And if that did happen, you might as well send them home because nobody likes Sammy. Next, obviously, we saw that Zacariah was going to couple with Molly. Were we shocked? No. Did I care? No. Did anyone else care? No. None of the girls besides Jess reacted to Molly being back. No one cares that she's back. So what was the point of bringing her back? Not even Kady was surprised. Kady didn't even care that Molly was back. Kady was just like, oh, hi, Molly. She does not care. She does not like Zacariah. Yeah, Kady, she came back single. I figured that was going to happen because she was just not into any of the guys. Except Uzi, but Uzi was into Ella. But yeah, I think what's going to happen is Kady, she's going to try to go after Scott, or she's just going to go home. Because, like, who else is there for her? I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow's episode she does pop off on Zacariah, but also, like, does she actually care? I don't think she cares that much. But anyways, and then yes, speaking of Scott, Scott decides to stick with Catherine, and then Catherine decides to recouple with Elam. Honestly, I can't defend my sis anymore because, like, what the heck? Why? Why? Of course, Scott is gonna, like, have a little comeback, like, oh, everybody was feeling this way about me, but really it should have been the other way around. Instead of Catherine just, like, letting him have it, she goes and, like, tries to clap back at him. And I'm like, Catherine, now is not the time for you to be clapping back. Like, I understand why she did it, but also, girl, this man pretty much defended you, both you and him, in front of the entire villa. He genuinely was here for her. I would understand if he was playing a game. The man was not playing a game. And I know this because he has been into Catherine since day one. He has been into her since day one. Yeah, okay, he showed some interest in Leah, but otherwise, he mainly showed interest in Catherine. No one else, even in Casa, could care less about the other girls. And then Catherine, all this Elam guy had to do was say some words of aspiration to her about like 5 words, and she was hooked. And I'm kind of like, why? He's not giving. He's not giving. His hairline is stressing me out. It was just like, was it worth it, girl? I would understand if he was cuter than Scott. He's not cuter than Scott. So why? What's the point of this? And then now I see in tomorrow's episode, she's getting defensive even more. I'm like, girl, at this point, I cannot save you. No one can save you at this point because, like, girl, this is just self-sabotage. I don't know what this is. Does she really think she can have a serious relationship with this Elam guy? I don't think so. So it's just very disappointing. And the fact that she is getting defensive with Scott, when Scott has been by her side, I don't understand that. The man has been by her side, and now look. And it's unfortunate because obviously she did this because she felt as though Scott was going to recouple, but really he didn't give any reason as to why that would happen though. Like, yes, other people were saying in the villa that that could be something that would happen, but I don't know. Otherwise, if you look at the facts, he was not about to recouple. So it's very unfortunate that she did that to him. And I'm very disappointed in Catherine because Elam, really? Was it worth? I don't think it was worth it. And yeah, of course, my girl Whitney, she couples up with lachey. I actually do like lachey. I hope they do last. I feel like they would win the show, to be honest, because Whitney's a fan favorite, and also lachey, he knows what he's doing by coupling up with Whitney. So that was like, I already know that was gonna happen. But also, I also think that Mitch and shoot, I forgot her name. I forgot the blonde girl's name, but he did recouple with the new girl. I do think they might win because people do like how weird Mitch is. Not because we think they're cute or whatever. People do like Mitch and his weirdness. So I do think they could possibly win the show as well. But I am happy for both Mitch and Whitney. And then also, child. So Montel, he decides to couple up or stick with Leah. Leah decides the same. We knew that was going to happen. Leah is smitten. Leah loves Montel. However, of course, Tink exposes Montel and basically says that, like, oh, Montel's been saying all these things, like how he gets along with me more than Leah. We kissed. Montel is just, like, looking stressed as hell. But even though I kind of see both sides, however, I'm obviously on Tink's side more than Montel's side because Montel, only reason why he kissed Tink was because Ty told him to. The man has no mind of his own, and it's actually pathetic. And it's crazy because my last video, I was like, yeah, Montel is giving lapdog, but this is like proof that he's lapdog to Ty. It's actually quite embarrassing. It's quite embarrassing. However, to play devil's advocate, I can say, like, come on, Chink. You knew that he wasn't that into you. But to be fair, I can't even tell if Montel is really into any of these girls. He doesn't really give much. He doesn't really say much, doesn't really show much. I'm not really sure who he actually likes. But that being said, yeah, Montel, he needs to be dumped along with Leah. They're not giving anything as a couple. Leah is beautiful, but my gosh, I'm over it. But yeah, I can't really remember who else. If I'm forgetting anyone, I apologize. But those were like the main things that really stressed me out this episode. I already know Tyrique is not about to forgive Ella easy. I already know. And then Uzi's gonna feel the type of way too, because Uzi's gonna be like, why the hell am I here? If Ella, all you're doing is trying to graft or get Tyrique back. I already know that's gonna be drama within itself. Also, Catherine, it's looking slow for Catherine. I don't know. She might get dumped next week. I wouldn't be surprised because like there was just no reason for her to come as Scott. It's one thing to like seem apologetic. She didn't even seem she could care less. She could care less about recoupling and seeing Scott single, which is really weird. It's like, at least act like you care. It's giving Michael from season 5, and that's not a good look for her, like at all. So yeah, she needs to get it together before Scott ends up grafting with Kady and they end up winning. If Kady wins the season because of Kath, I'm gonna be pissed off. Like seriously. But yeah, anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This was actually an insane episode. Not even gonna hold you. This was actually one of the best Casa Amors. I was shocked. And yeah, like this video and subscribe to your girl Brandy 4. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm doing Love Island reviews on a weekly basis. And also I know that Love Island USA will be starting again next week, so make sure you subscribe to my channel because I will also be reviewing that as well. Bye!